Well, good morning YouTube, Bait and Biker here. So, being as this is my very first video, I just thought I'd give you the who's, whys and whats of why I'm doing this and who we are and what I've got planned. So, who? Oh, I'm a new biker, so still learning. Got my license last August, I think it was, and enjoying it, really enjoying it. Bit of a midlife crisis, but it's something I've always wanted to do since I was about 20-year-old, when a friend of mine was teaching me to ride on the army garrison where we was based. But sadly he got killed on the bike going home on leave one weekend, so it kind of put me off. And I've always admired bikes, but more from afar than actually going out there and riding them. I suppose it's a blessing though. I think when I was that age, I suppose we all think we're invincible. But now I'm mid-40s, family, commitments and all that, it kind of calms you down. So yeah, I took the plunge last year and started taking lessons and passed with flying colours, which I was chuffed to bits with. So that's the who's. So the whys. Why am I doing this? I nearly didn't. It was something I've been wanting to do for a couple of months. Thought it was something for the younger generation, if I'm honest. But then I thought, you know what, I enjoy photography, I enjoy recording moments in time, and I thought, well, a natural progression to that would be to film and do some vlogging on the motorbike. So I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and do a bit of filming. So here we are. I think memories is the key thing for us. We had something happen in our family a few years ago that kind of made us reevaluate life and made us look at things a little differently and appreciate how valuable life is. Back in, you stay there mate, back in 2013, it was February the 7th when we received the news that my son had cancer, which was a bit of a blow, as you can imagine. He was 6 years old at the time. So yeah, it was a very tough time, and I'm glad to say he's doing well now. He went through all the usual treatments, chemo and everything else, which was horrendous to watch him going through. But yeah, we're here, he's doing well. Still a worry, always will be. Life's changed forever, but really just going back to what we were saying before about making memories. That's what it's all about really now for us, because we just don't know what's around the corner. You know, if you'd have said to me 4 years ago what was going to happen to you, I'd have just laughed and said don't be silly. But you know, here we are 4 years on in this position. So it's just important that we make as many memories as we can really for the little man. We've also got a daughter, a little bit older, she's 14, and she was devastated, and it impacts on all the family. So you know, we just want to make sure that you know, we all have good memories and we're seeing things that we wouldn't have normally probably seen, and gone places and done things, and that's what it's all about really. Max was keen to get on the back, and I wasn't so sure and everything, and we just thought, you know what, like I said, we've got to make memories, and we don't really want to hold back on letting him do much. So I did a bit of homework, did my research, etc, like you do, and we went and kitted him out, and we went to a bike shop in Donny, So yeah, it's quite difficult to get clothing for kids. It's a bit of a limited market really, and I didn't want to be one of these parents who just let the kids on, like I saw many times on the back of the bike, where the mum or dad was all kitted out head to toe and the kid was on there with jeans on or a pair of tracky bottoms and trainers and just the essentials, helmet and gloves, and it sort of made me cringe really. I thought, you know, you've got those precious cargo on board, surely you want to protect it, but hey ho, that's their choice. Just spent all this money and we'd only really gone up the road a little bit, a few hundred yards, and he liked it, so that's when we went and invested in all the kit. Get to sort of go over 20 mile an hour, so yeah, the first trip was interesting. So it could have ended in one or two ways, either lots of tears and saying he was never going on this again. Stay there, mate, thank you very much. So yeah, it could have ended in tears and saying he never wanted to go on it again, or a big grin from ear to ear, and I'm glad to say it was the latter. He absolutely loves it. He just sits back and just chills out, enjoys the ride. He's very sensible for a 10-year-old anyway. He doesn't fidget about, which was my main concern. Does all the right things, taps me on the shoulder, tells me he's getting on and off. So he's very sensible. I will admit, when he is on board, I do tend to ride more cautiously than what I normally do. So I don't perhaps progress as quickly as I could do normally with filtering and things like that, because I do tend to hold back. So we've done the who's, the whys. Now it's for the what's. Well, I think really I just wanted to document my journey into the motorbiking world really. You know, like I say, this is all new and there's lots to learn, not only on sort of riding, the sort of skills that's involved with that, but there's just a world of stuff to learn. And you know, I'm wanting to get into sort of touring and getting the bike packed up with all the panniers and just going wherever we want to go really. With me when I get round this roundabout, because this one, for anybody who knows it, at Chesterfield, is a bit of a pain. And you've got to have eyes at the back of your head. So just bear with me. Got a few rides planned, starting to sort of meet people that like to go out and plan these rides, so I'm joining them. I'm actually doing one myself already as well, which is interesting, which is at the end of next month, April, and all in preparation for a big ride that a lad I've met called Sean. He's organising a trip to Wales, so it's a 3-day trip, so I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of mileage, probably the most mileage that I'll have done in any one time, so that'll be interesting to see if the old rickety body will stand up to that. Hopefully it will. Right, good lad. I have got the intercoms on. When I first started, I didn't have any intercoms, and it was just a tap on his leg and thumbs up, and if you give me thumbs up, we know we're all right. But I wanted to talk to him, so just to make sure he were happy and reassure him and such, so I went and bought intercoms. So I have got intercoms all set up, but when I'm vlogging and talking and doing all the YouTubing stuff, I don't want him listening to me, because he has an habit of making me laugh and I can't concentrate, so I switch him off, and we have to revert back to the tap on the knee and the thumbs up. A little bit windy, You know, that's probably one of my biggest fears with the wind when I was learning to ride. It's just scare the shit out of me, especially when you got up to the motorway speeds and you got smacked on the side with that bit of wind. Made the bike sort of a bit off balance and frightened me to death. But it's amazing, really. I've only been, like I said, riding since August last year, and every ride that I go out on, you just sort of build up that little bit of confidence, and you know, you learn something new every time you go out, and sort of how to handle it, and just sort of relax on the bike. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is, you know, just learning to relax, because I could get quite tensed up, you know, being new on the bike and everything. It's the whole different experience, and you know, it's difficult to sort of describe anybody that's not sort of been on a bike. You know, everything it's totally different to driving a car. You know, I've got a bit of skills that obviously I've been driving for, you know, 25 plus years, so you know, and I do it for a part of the job. I'm an account manager, so I'm out on the road all the time, and that's the light indicator. So yeah, I'm out on the road all the time, so you know, my roadcraft and road skills, you know, are there, and I thought I'd be able to bring a lot more into sort of biking. And once I got my license, I thought it was quite straightforward, but by God, it's totally different. You know, it's the whole sort of physics of riding a bike. You know, try and explain to somebody that if you want to sort of turn one way, you push the bars the opposite, and you know, it's just totally different. And everything happens at such a bloody rate of knots. You know, if you're in a car and you sort of brake suddenly, you've just got that protection around you with a cage. You feel protected, probably overprotected in fact. You get a bit complacent. Whereas on a bike, that split second of not concentrating, and just before you know it, you're up the back end of the car, and you know, everything just happens at 100 mile an hour. It's just such a rush. So you've got to have your wits about you, and you know, being able to drive, I just thought it'd be very similar, but totally different, totally different. But that's what I enjoy about it. It's something new, and it's something exciting, and you know, I'm not going to lie, there is a bit of adrenaline there. You know, I don't go crazy fast, but it's nice on a nice clear open road. You know, I tend to stick to the speed limits because I'm a good boy, officer. So, but anyway, blabbering on a bit. So I think we are nearly here, because I can smell the bacon. Quite literally, I can smell it. It must be downwind of the kitchen. So yeah, we're just pulling into, as you can see, CMC motorcycles. We're going to get a bit of brekkie with my boy, who I've not spoken to since starting this, so we'll be wondering what's happening. Right, here we go. Go jump off, mate. Good lad. Ugh. Sorry, pal. I wasn't talking to you, were I? Go on then. Right, suitably filled with bacon butted. Head off home now. Only a quick run this morning. I know you don't like it when they don't nod at you, do you? What do you prefer to do though, Max? Instead of nodding? Christ, that wind's a bit blustery. Max, what do you prefer to do? Dab. Yes, for anybody who doesn't know what dabbing is, it's a craze that the kids seem to be going through at the minute, and I'll post a picture of him dabbing in a minute. But instead of nodding, my son seems to like to dab to other bikers. So he must get some funny looks. I don't know what it looks like from the other bike's perspective, but yeah, he likes to dab at them instead of nodding. What's this car doing here? Oh, it's had a smash. No, it's had a crash. Up front end was crumpled. Well guys, that's nearly the end of the trip out this morning. Only a short run this morning, just before I head off home for Sunday dinner. So I hope you've all enjoyed the video and the quick chat. If you did enjoy it, please click on the like button, or even better, if you want to see more, please click or tap on the subscribe button. Thank you. Ah, what a nice chap. Well, it's been a pleasure. I will speak to you all soon. Ride safe.